Modern artists can really surprise us because they only need paper to create something like this. This is what one of the libraries in Prague looks like. How long do you think it takes to read everything? Now the Imperial March not only sounds menacing, but also looks spectacular. We have to show some respect to the architect of the building for coming up with such beauty. Sometimes optical illusions can be truly mesmerizing. If your palms are not sweating from the view yet, tell me honestly, would you risk climbing such a ladder in Austria? Now we have an impressive waterfall in Switzerland. This guy knows perfectly well how to properly arrange a holiday for children, and for adults too. If you have an excavator, you will never go hungry. It looks like the dog went through a lot of stress while it was being made into the perfect plush toy. A talented artist can embody his ideas everywhere and on anything. This charming smile was created for a close-up. In pursuit of savings on working equipment, such an unusual idea came to the mind of these guys. Teamwork helps people understand each other without words and complete tasks faster. Still, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. China is a country of advanced technologies. Would you like to be in this unusual place? In some areas of large cities, this is exactly what the area at the house where friends gathered looks like. Undoubtedly, it is very convenient to open the doors in this way. However, one day the phone battery may run out at the most inopportune moment, which will make it impossible to go home. Does this video make your eyes blink too? Traveling by the Brienz-Rothorn Railway in Switzerland can bring unforgettable experiences. The ancient theater in Pergamum is one of the most beautiful architectural landmarks of the Hellenistic period. A lot of work has been put into this work of art, so it deserves its place in a museum. How is this even possible? This guy is a real genius. The coconut crab, or palm thief as it is also called, is rightfully considered the largest representative of arthropods. The only solid part of an octopus's body is its beak. It is thanks to it that it bites through the prey without any problems.
One more time! One more time! He's mean!
3 times.
Let's put him back in there. Oh, he's hungry. Wow, he's mean. Let's close that for you. Look at that! That's insane!
No joke.
Ice sculptures are usually left in the cold, and they have no practical use. There are rational reasons for that. This is probably the most beautiful helicopter landing I've ever seen. It was so cool! It's hard to comprehend how this is even possible. Modern artists create real masterpieces using the latest technologies. Visitors of this restaurant get the opportunity to see a fire show while waiting for their pizza. In Japan, they have created a technological exoskeleton that listens to the commands of the person sitting in it. The company plans to ensure that it can be used for space exploration, disaster recovery, and other purposes. Well, they definitely managed to attract the attention of visitors. Rainy weather is especially beautiful surrounded by unspoilt nature. This unusual creature is a real master of disguise. The inhabitants of the sea never cease to amaze with their extraordinary beauty. The water in this lake froze so quickly that the unfortunate bird was trapped. Fortunately, concerned passers-by managed to save it. It looks like this cat is going to give birth to a lot of kittens. The ripeness of this watermelon has reached its peak. Tell me honestly, would you like to try it? It is wonderful that the traditions and experiences of the ancestors are preserved here. This cat knows better than anyone how important it is to develop lungs with such exercises. This is the main attraction of the city of Valencia in Spain. In fact, this is a 3-story miniature house for cats. Let's hope they switch places, otherwise we can safely say that the mother has a favorite among them. The bees chose the Buddha statue and treated it to their delicious honey. No ice rink in the world can compare with this icy lake. The picturesque views around it create an unsurpassed atmosphere. Owners of convertibles, even such luxurious ones, also face problems. This is the perfect place to imagine a real ice kingdom. It is really fabulously beautiful here and very cold. This dog looks very concentrated. Even the owner with the camera cannot distract it from an important matter. Do you think it's about the unique bike or his ability to drive it? No wonder that mountain wild honey is so expensive. Collecting it is a huge task. Thunderstorms can be as magnificent as they are terrifying. It is difficult to find a more caring future father in the ocean than a yellow-haired jawfish. After the female lays eggs, the male puts it in its huge mouth and protects it until the tadpoles are born. The reservoirs in Norway are fantastically beautiful in winter. Either she is trying to draw attention to the problem, or she is popularizing animal cruelty. The green parrots are well known to everyone who has been to Barcelona. These colorful birds give a unique atmosphere to the city. It is not surprising that some countries have jellyfish dishes, given that their number is increasing in the world's oceans every year. Even ordinary snow can inspire creativity. Don't you think these are unusual cats? They can definitely be accused of a conspiracy. Ice sculptures require special, constant care. This snake looks amazing. Who needs a car if you know how to drive such a wheel? However, it is extremely difficult to turn on it. Do you think this is how they dry fish in the sun or fertilize the land? Unfortunately, not all dishes remain intact after such washing. Glaciers fascinate with their beauty and unusual shapes. These children spend almost the whole day at school, so a way has been devised through which they can relax right in the classroom. Someone will see this as a great catch, and someone's heart will be squeezed with pity for cancer. You can't find any issues with the level of service of this supermarket. The customers wanted fresh crabs, and they got them. It's incredible how this underwater spring managed to find its way to the surface.
That is crazy. So much water up here coming out.
Just a few minutes, and the fish for dinner is already there. Even the dog seems shocked by the number of birds.
Fireman, look at that mallard.
If you want to switch to something else, don't be hurry. Something truly interesting is just about to begin. Once upon a time, ordinary monitors on which ads are broadcast will go into oblivion, and they will be replaced by such technologies. Technological progress has also reached the world of sneakers. With the help of a special application, you can customize your favorite pair of shoes to suit your mood. When you want to do work quickly, you have to look for unusual methods. Nature creates real masterpieces that will give odds to the creations of the most famous artists and sculptors of all time. Here's an interesting fact: not all of nature's creations are flawlessly perfect. Some of them were definitely created for the sake of laughter and nothing more. The ocean, by the way, also does not mind introducing us to amazing creatures of crystal clear structure, which you just want to look at again and again. Some plants are very unusual and beautiful. Sometimes you get an opportunity to learn more about them while discovering their wild imagination, and it becomes much more interesting. To find such a curly mushroom is an extremely rare phenomenon. I must admit, these guys are lucky. Such a non-pleasant winged find awaited builders engaged in dismantling the old roof in the house. Before watching similar videos, it would be great to buy some sedative pills. One needs nerves of steel here. People walking through the forest accidentally stumbled upon an incredible tree splashing with a powerful jet of water. To say that they were surprised is to say nothing. This is another confirmation that our nature is the best decorator, sculptor, and architect. Just take a look at the masterpieces it creates. Not for the first time in this video, I am convinced that the end of the rainbow is still possible to find. Maybe the leprechaun's chest is buried somewhere nearby. Who knows? In Thailand, a vacationer discovered an unusual sea creature on the beach early in the morning, which had a magnificent color and a unique texture. They probably have some kind of mystical ceremony going on, which everyone treats very responsibly. Who knows? What a strange look. How would you describe it? Is it curious or stupid? Is it a genetic anomaly, or is it a consequence of the heels that some girls wear without taking them off? They say that looks can be deceiving. After looking at some living creatures in the form of a wooden stick or leaf, you only become convinced of the above. Plants can be different and not always understandable to our brains. Nature is amazing and unique. Most importantly, it does not get tired of demonstrating this to us. No, it's not an interesting treehouse. This is a nest of weaver birds. They need such a huge place of residence because they live in large groups to find food and defend themselves more easily. In the past, people used to post wishes on billboards, while today they use a drone show. It's so touching, isn't it? Perhaps these are the best polarizing glasses that humanity could create. As you can see, in some situations, they can even save a life. Such a catch can certainly be boasted on all social networks. It's cool when the caught fish is 1.5 times bigger than yourself in size. Beauty requires sacrifice, but only if you consider such a manicure beautiful. This is a very original way of cooking eggs, but do not try to repeat it at home. Don't worry, no animals were harmed to create this unusual hat. Relieving oneself in the fresh air and admiring nature may be a good idea, however, the neighbors will not appreciate it. It is unpleasant when an outsider violates personal boundaries. This creature is clearly uncomfortable with touching.
Look at that. Oh, he wants to eat me so bad.
The first thing to say is that she didn't choose the best outfit for this dinner. Who needs grandiose fireworks if you can easily create something like this? There is an incredible atmosphere and an inspired mood at this stadium. Crows are not just cunning birds, their intelligence is much more advanced than we can imagine. Dishes from various cuisines of the world are available to us, but sometimes we want to try something cooked the way it has been done for centuries. It's not easy for drivers to focus on the road here. Hopefully this is some kind of organic plant that does not harm the animal in any way. However, the cow looks great in this look. Mount Kailash in China has been considered sacred since time immemorial, attracting pilgrims from all over the world. This is not just some beautiful, unusual shell, but someone's home. They definitely deserve all the cash you have in your pockets. In any case, do not try to repeat this, especially in a room with flammable objects. The work of this artist is laborious and painstaking, but the result is simply fantastic. Before watching similar videos, it would be great to buy some sedative pills. One needs nerves of steel here. Assuming that Taylor Swift possesses some kind of extraterrestrial energy, her cultural and economic phenomenon is easy to explain. Many people love the sound of cracking ice, so they initiate it themselves. The incredible Eye of the Devil, located in the northwest of China, simply amazes with its juicy colors. No one disputes that a vacation in the Philippines is amazing. The views underwater here are no worse than on the surface. These tourists are incredibly lucky. Not every excursion to the glaciers can offer something like this. Roads in the mountains are usually surrounded by fantastic landscapes, but the drivers who drive on them do not have the opportunity to distract themselves to enjoy them. K2, or Chogori, is the second highest peak on the planet. Climbing it is considered an incredibly difficult, dangerous task, but certainly an impressive adventure. When the water is so clear, it's not scary to dive even into underwater caves. It would be foolish to think that each berry is harvested by hand, given how many blueberries are sold worldwide per year. That's what a well-established system means, which copes with its task perfectly. Sometimes it seems that fireworks will not surprise anyone anymore. Such a bright and spectacular process is a whole new thing. It turns out that if you've never seen the Northern Lights, you can create it yourself. The only people who dislike his street show are the firefighters. As it turned out, the recipe for an excellent ASMR show is extremely simple. Nails, a magnet, and some water. It looks impressive, doesn't it? More people would have watched the Olympics if they had included this kind of tennis. To be honest, we were sure that such horses only existed in fairy tales. Do you have any idea about what it is? In fact, this is what a test of a conventional braking system looks like. With such a device, you can safely challenge any fire. It's filled with a special powder that will leave no chance for fire. This is a whole new level of professionalism in makeup. It is when you can make yourself another face on top of the usual one. Be careful. Just by looking at the time on such a watch, there is a risk of losing a couple of hours. Holograms begin to look so high quality that you can quite believe in the reality of the image. Launching a space rocket in China can easily turn night into day. Controlled explosions in the mining industry always look extremely impressive. The secret to good surfing is the right company. It should be noted that the imagination and skill of her barber are at an extremely high level. Today, drones have definitely taken the lead in exciting shows in the sky. Can someone tell me how this is possible? But it's not for nothing that they say that pets look like their owners. Anti-stress toys do sometimes help relieve tension, but this eye only increases the level of anxiety. This place is like a Garden of Eden for fish and marine animals. In manta rays, the gills have the shape of long parallel arrays of leaf-shaped lobes. It is thanks to them that sea devils feed on plankton and get rid of excess water. Seeing such a big-billed crow on your way, you want to drastically change your plans. Of course, this is a magnificent landscape, although it would be better if we admire it not on the very edge of a cliff. For one evening, the Vienna Opera becomes a place where thousands of men and women in tailcoats and dresses gather for the annual world-famous ball. What could be better than a walk through a lavender field in the company of noble horses? A lot of time is spent near this art object. It is not for nothing that they say you can look at fire forever. For those who do not like the cold and ski resorts but want to go skiing, there is a wonderful alternative. It's really rare to see such a train that rushes at full speed. What an incredible footage! We always strive to choose the best content for you. And yet, there are advantages to working on an icebreaker. For example, these incredible views. You'll see a lot of people in the bay when you come to check how your boat is doing. Just imagine how much time they spent practicing kung fu together to achieve such a level of movement. I wonder what the fishermen sacrificed to Poseidon to get such a gift. The flight of 1,000 swallows looks impressive, but in our opinion, this is how the apocalypse should begin. Only the Library of Alexandria can match the size of this bar. In conditions of heavy fog, even an ordinary ship will look like a ghost ship.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
He lights the chimney with a torch so coolly that it could be a shot from a spectacular action movie. It's nice when the driver not only waters the roads, but also delivers a good mood. This is a very unusual and very cruel method of storing turtles. The thing is, their meat is considered a delicacy in China. Tell me honestly, did you also see the bioluminescent glow with your own eyes? Making coffee on sand is one of the most ancient ways of brewing coffee. It is believed that coffee brewed in this way has a richer and deeper taste than coffee prepared in the traditional way. Difficult living conditions have made people resourceful and strong.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
For those who do not have enough physical activity in everyday life, we have such original stairs. During the mating ceremony, leopard slugs are hung upside down on slimy threads and intertwined with their bodies. Their blue genitals are twisted into a ball at the same time. In China, near the Kunlun mountain space, there is one of the most winding trails in the world. It's called the Panlong Road. Just imagine, this serpentine has 600 turns. The driver of this truck is certainly a very confident person. It's not even their reaction that is striking, but the fact that 7 absolutely identical cats live in this house.
Ya ampun, rame banget, Besti. Sayang, rame banget sayang, ya ampun. Tuhan, 2, 4, 6.
These concrete blocks are used here as a means of managing coastal areas. However, tracers have found other uses for them. There are more than 40 caves and grottos of natural origin in the coast of Lake Baikal. Icicles here acquire unusual shapes and fascinate with their beauty. Insects in Malaysia are amazing not only for their size, but also for the sounds they can make. This is an amazing life hack for playing golf in the dark. This is what test launches of SpaceX rocket engines look like. Looks spectacular, doesn't it? With modern technology, the show of modern DJs has reached a whole new level. How do you like this idea for a first date with a girl? Group skydiving has always looked impressive, but they decided to add more special effects. Either she is a very good actress, or there's been a huge technical breakthrough in the field of restaurant service. You can get a lot more pleasure from firecrackers if you use your imagination correctly. Such a kiss that she will definitely remember for the rest of her life. Let's envy these penguins together. They've decided to have a real pool party. This is about how an ordinary TV in every home will look soon. I bet that you'd be ready to walk here in any weather. Now we have a moment for real perfectionists. I'm sure that you didn't expect these to be 2 parts. You'll be surprised, but it looks like there's not much time left before the events from the Terminator movie. This is the moment when the past and present meet. The main requirement for the position was the presence of 100% brutality. Look what kind of kid can come to visit you in the morning in Brazil. And yet, real masterpieces of painting can periodically come to life. No matter what anyone says, nature itself creates the best art objects. This is what truly spectacular street magic looks like. What do you think his trick is? Judging by the cast of actors we've recruited, a new part of the well-known franchise may be released in the near future. A Japanese photographer was able to capture stunning footage at the bottom of the ocean. It may seem that there is some kind of barely visible network in these frames, but no, these fish are just fans of perfectionism. It seems that the time machine brought these creatures to us from the distant past. Individually, these fish are harmless, but together they can bring fear even to a dangerous predator. This is the case when we know exactly what the shell itself looks like, but have never thought about who lives inside it. An American caught a giant grouper weighing 160 kilograms in the waters of Florida. This fish is the oldest specimen collected for the Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission program. It's already over 50 years old. Others had the fortitude and courage to put up such an unpleasant creature on their own body, whose movements clearly do not add to its attractiveness. The depths of the sea also hide unusual inhabitants of the underwater world. For example, a diver has discovered something that has not yet been clearly explained. In Thailand, vacationers on the beach accidentally discovered an unusual creature with an external resemblance to a hedgehog. However, someone completely different and unknown was in front of them. One should not naively believe that something is wrong with it. The crocodile is still dangerous, toothy, and hungry. It just went into hibernation mode for a while. If you are in a sad mood today, just remember that some special people in our world with such a sad face have to live their whole lives. While people are seething the earth in search of a source of water, water turns out to be found in tree trunks. It looks like the world is really going crazy. What unusual can come out of your pipes? In this case, Mother Nature clearly did not try to create a real masterpiece. On the contrary, it turned out to be as disgusting and frightening as possible. Just look at such an incredible picture. It is a simple, but at the same time unusual and surprisingly beautiful find. I will never get tired of repeating that nature is the most talented artist. Do you agree with me? You and I have witnessed something truly strange. Whole schools of fish washed up on the shore where people easily caught them with their hands. It is very funny to watch how salt crystals in the Dead Sea sometimes transform into a cubic shape, creating just perfect geometric shapes. It's hard to believe, but it was this kid who inspired the creators of the Alien movie to create a xenomorph.
Don't forget to share the most impressive moment of this episode in the comments below. See you soon.